So again, once again, let's now get going. We are all there and we are nicely set up for the day. Thank you all once again. You all have put in, you can continue doing that. And as you know, it doesn't matter if you are late to put your question, maybe our product owner Tushar will find that as more valuable and put it in our backlog ahead of other topics. It's absolutely all right. And we trust you, Tushar, to do your job as a product owner for this session today. So what do we have? Where would you like us to start, Tushar?
Question from Yogesh: how to balance between the roles and responsibilities of the Scrum Master and PM?
Okay. So just to explain you once again, what we have done is when you were in the breakout room, you discuss about what you would like to get value out of it. You put in your questions on the chat. Product owner Tushar collected the information, put it on our Trello board, and here is our session backlog. And Tushar will keep adding stuff to that based on what he feels as the most valuable. And as we know, Scrum is about trust. Once we have the accountabilities, we have to trust the person who are having those accountabilities. So Tushar has put the first thing, and here it is. Yogesh, I'm also sharing it on the screen. Yogesh, what is your 10-second version of your question? And please, when you speak, it is required to be on camera. Let's live agility to be role models of next generation of corporate world, right? Yes, Yogesh. Are you there, Yogesh?
Yeah, I'm there. Sorry, I'm facing some issue. There's some lag with my laptop, so I cannot share the camera.
Yeah, share. Go ahead with the question.
Yeah. So basically, my question was, now the organization look for all-rounder. Now we are performing dual role of a PM as well and Scrum Master as well. So as you know, the roles and responsibilities are a bit different for SM and PM. So how should we kind of balance that?
If I may ask, what is a PM?
Yeah. So PM is basically he will look at.
Give me the full form. PM full
Project
form.
Manager, sorry.
Okay. Project manager. Okay. So here's the question, everyone. And I will invite you, if you have something to add, remember, we have to maximize value, keep it short in your responses. So the question is how to balance the roles and responsibilities. SMPM, Scrum Master Project Manager. Organization wants the whole institution in one person, isn't it? Do this. So how would you like to balance that? Anyone who wants to respond to this without fearing whether you are right or wrong, okay? This is your space. Don't worry about whether you are making sense, not making sense. It's absolutely all right. We all talk nonsense, okay? And I'm sure you will have a lot of value. So let's see who wants to raise hand to respond to Yogesh's question or challenge. Please raise your hand on Zoom using this feature. Under reactions, you will see hand raise hand. So you can do that, and in sequence, I will invite people. Again, I hope you trust me as a facilitator. So maybe one or maybe two, according to when you hired. Okay, Swapna, welcome. Thank you so much, Swapna. What is your take on this whole situation?
I believe both roles are supposed to be the full-time roles. If you are working as a Scrum Master, you are supposed to be removing the impediments. You are also responsible for making sure that you are doing justice to your team. If you are also working as a PM, whether you will be looking at the product backlog, you will be removing impediments, or you will be refining backlog, you will be talking to the stakeholders, which exactly point are you going to take? Which exactly role are you going to take? I believe that being a PM as well as a Scrum Master is basically not something that is advisable.
You are saying, Swapna, in short, it cannot coexist. These are, while you say full time, I could understand the emotion. You are saying they are different kind of roles.
Yes.
So for one person, okay. So how to handle the expectations then? You're saying, so Yogesh, as of now, here is the take by Swapna. Swapna says, well, these are different kind of roles and very difficult to have them coexist. So maybe asking someone else. Raja, thank you so much, Raja. Would you like to add? Is coexistence of SMPM in one person? What's your experience?
Hi, thanks. Thanks for giving me opportunity. Okay, sorry, I could not start my camera. Okay, so see, according to me, not according, first I will start. Nowadays most of the organizations, they started looking for one role who can facilitate it, the agility, and as well as who can manage the project also as a project manager. Okay, so the organizations are looking forward who can take the responsibility of delivery mainly. Okay. So the thing is,
how to balance the roles. Let's talk about
Yeah. So expectation is that is fine, but take it in the other way. Don't think probably thinking as a doing a dual role. That probably not the solution. So what we can take it forward probably agility is our motive. But what is our end goal? Our end goal is the customer satisfaction, quality delivery, on-time delivery, okay, the defect-free, whatever, and people satisfaction. Okay.
What's your response, Puneet? Sorry, Raja. What's your response then? Let's come to the point.
Yes.
How to
Yeah.
balance?
Yeah. Just coming to that. So there are responses like, yes, we can take it forward, but there are few things on the push and delivery. Okay, so that thing we can remove, which is the manager work. So without taking the managerial work, we can take it forward the project management thing as well as the the combination of agility, which will be a good grip for a scrum master and agile coach. Okay, and it will be having a group in all the levels, starting from the team to the senior management, top level, and clients. So that is very good for us.
Okay, so Raja is saying good for us. See wherever there is value, that is the whole gist of it, right? Wherever you see value, you know how project management role is, what do you call, articulated or expected out of in your organization. So that's for your. So if there is value, do it, is what Raja is saying. So we have two views here. One last person for this one, and then maybe myself and Tushar will also share if you are wanting to hear from us. So Puneet, your hand is raised. Keep it short, please. Let's be agile, create more value. Yeah, Puneet.
It will not work like that. So agile has definite boundaries for each role, and it's best that we do not intervene in the boundaries.
Okay, so Puneet says it does not work. Well, awesome points, and I really like your courage. Where is sharing your views? There is nothing right or wrong in this world, right? They are all relative. You put Scrum Guide in place and some things become right and some things become wrong. You take out Scrum Guide, then everything is right. If our organization is about headcount and billability and all, then I don't care, XYZ, Khushbu XYZ, Pawan XYZ, resume get changed overnight because our objective is to get more billability. But I would like to add one story here, okay, if you don't mind, right? When you say value to whom? To you or your organization? That I think will be a primary decision factor. If I was to make a choice between a Scrum Master / PM role or a pure Scrum Master role or Agile coach, as we say, I would definitely choose a pure Scrum Master role because that's where my passion and purpose lie. The most important thing is to ask yourself rather than looking of what is the right way. Let me give you this example. How many of you have heard of a cricket player called Rahul Dravid? Right?
Yes.
Rahul Dravid. Heard about him? One of the
Everybody.
biggest contributors to the game of cricket. One of the hardest workers that you would find in the game of cricket. But he was once considered a liability as an ODI batsman. Remember? In one-day matches, he was considered a liability to the level that he was even dropped from the team. But then he wanted to serve the game, serve the nation. And he realized that if he wants to get back to the team, he added wicket keeping skills also. For many years, he was the batter and wicket keeper. That is how he gave value to the ODI team and the balance. Do you remember those days when Rahul Dravid used to be the wicket keeper? So again, the thing for Rahul Dravid, it was most important to serve the game and the country. So what he did was he went back to practice and became dual role so that organization also sees value in him. And as he started contributing solely with the bat itself, then organizations, wow, this is amazing. And then he was full-time batter again. Remember the whole journey? He was a full-time. And look at his records now. His record even today is far better than the overhyped cricketers of today, right? They are not even close to what he has achieved as a ODI batter, Rahul Dravid, right? I am sharing this in the Indian context because many of us know the game. Right, Manjunath, you remember more than 10,000 runs, Rahul Dravid? A person who was considered a liability to ODI setup just proved the value. So ultimately, it is your purpose and your choice. Do you want to do that is the first question. Okay. Or maybe another approach could have been Rahul Dravid could change his batting style to suit as a ODI player. That is your choice. So Swapna, you are also right. And I think one more of you also very clearly said it ultimately will depend on your personal vision about yourself, your value system, and what you want, what gives you happiness and satisfaction. Tushar, what would you do? I have a job offer for you, Scrum Master / Project Manager. 39% Scrum Master, 38% Project Manager, and remaining others. That is how the job description is. What will you take?
Now, what does it actually mean?
I don't know.
No, what do these roles mean?
Ah.
Unless I come to know about the responsibilities, I won't be able to answer that question, right?
No, so it's a classic PM. That's what
So,
Yogesh explained.
and again, a PM, the meaning of PM is different in different organizations. So as you already mentioned, we need to really identify the bullet points of the responsibilities within each of these titles. That's the title of a Scrum Master and the title of a Project Manager. And whatever you feel like, if you are passionate about doing the project management responsibilities, then go with PM job. Or if you want to, or you want to work as a Scrum Master according to the responsibilities identified by that organization. Of course, Scrum Master's responsibilities are identified by the Scrum Guide itself. But every organization has a different understanding, different interpretation of those things. So look at these things and then decide what you really want to do.
Ultimately, I think it's the same thing. Ultimately, once you've understood the expectation, it's your choice. There is no right way, Yogesh.
Yes,
Okay,
sure.
it's
Got it.
asking yourself. And now when you bring Scrum, there is a clear conflict, as Swapna also mentioned, that Scrum teams are supposed to be self-managed. The first thing I would like to know as a curious person is, what does project manager mean in the Scrum context? I would really be curious. Is it really about task assignment and all of that? Then I think we are conflicting with Scrum, right? When you talk about promoting self-management, you have to let the team figure out. Yeah, right, Yogesh? Does that
Yes,
connect
yes.
with you?
Agree,
Yeah?
agree. Yeah.
So I think the best person is, I think you have sufficient ideas how you can proceed with this challenge. So I'm
Yes.
moving it to completed or done. Is that okay to your satisfaction for now, Yogesh?
Yes, 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 please.
Great, great.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
So
Vineet, just adding one thing, just adding one. Yeah. So there is no role in the our agility world called project manager. So it's called the one skill as project management.
well, Agile itself does not have any role. Scrum has roles.
Exactly.
Agile is a mindset, right? So calling that there is no role in this world is not right, in my opinion. Agile manifesto does not define role. It's a way of working. A project manager, Agile also can exist, right? But doing thing in a different way, more of a leader. You
Yeah,
see the point, Raja? So
if we'll take Scrum, there is no rule defined as a project manager there. So if we can take is project management skill is having, it can add the benefit.
yeah, that's absolutely fine, but you can still have project manager outside the Scrum team. Scrum team does not have this role, but organization can still have project manager role, isn't it? Which is absolutely all right. Yeah, see, remember, Agile is the mindset. There is no role in Agile. We can continue our traditional roles. I can be the delivery director and still be Agile. I can be a project manager and still be Agile. That is a key point, right? Let's respect all the roles. All we are talking is, can this coexist? So Scrum team does not have a project manager role. That is a key thing. But then organization can still have a Scrum team, and outside of Scrum team, there can be project managers. But question is, as Tushar said, how was this defined? Should not be interfering with the Scrum team. That is the key thing, isn't it? Should not be interfering. You know, a Scrum Master should rather stop the project manager saying, hey, as long as I am here, you cannot interfere with the work of the Scrum team. Trust them, empower them. Come to the sprint review, we will talk about it. That is the overall idea.